What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another of my videos, and today we're moving on to Leeds in our Who to Buy series. Now, at the time of recording, Leeds have just sacked Jesse Marsch. Well, it was like last week that they sacked Jesse Marsch, so I was planning on making this like quite a American-based video where there was quite a lot of Americans, because that's kind of the direction they were going with the signing of McKennie, etc. But now it looks like they're going in a different direction, so I'm going to leave it to you on how you want to play this career mode. With this formation, as always, I'm going to run through the team, show you the formation, show you the players and stuff, and then I'm going to go into the signings in the second part of the video. So in the first part, here's the formation I'm going to use. We've got a 4-4-2 flat. Now, Rodrigo, you could play this formation a little bit differently and sit Rodrigo just behind Bamford in more of a central attacker midfield role. You could also play Brendan Aronson there as well, but I think with the sacking of Marsch, he's going to get a lot less game time, to be honest. At the current point in time, it's Skabula, and I think he is getting a little bit less game time than he was with Marsch. But Adams and McKennie, two Americans, I think they're getting a decent bit of game time. So those are who are, can't get my words out. Those are who are playing midfield for this career mode, and Adams, of course, the captain. Jack Harrison's currently on the right and Sinister on the left. You could swap them around if you wanted and play Sinister on the right. Similarly, you could play Nonter or Gnotter, however you want to say his name. I'm not sure. You could play him there as well. Aronson, you could probably get away with playing on the right. That is one of his positions. Somerville, definitely substitute appearances. And Greenwood as well, you could bring on as a sub as well. I don't think there's any other really winger type players. You could play Mark Rocker in midfield if you didn't want to play McKennie or Adams, of course. And there's also Stuart Dallas who could play there as well if you wanted. We'll move on to the back line now. Junior Firpo, I think, is the left back of choice. Pascal Stroit you could play at left back, but other than that, I don't think you really want to be playing anyone else there. I mean, Dallas can play left back, but I think Firpo is the one you want to be playing there. He is still 25, so he's got a little bit of develop left on him. I forgot to mention up top, you've got Rutter as a great backup striker to Bamford and Rodrigo, and he makes some substitute appearances. Look at that 5-star weak foot, and he's got brilliant pace already, if you can find his pace attributes. Where's the acceleration? 76 and agility 77, so they can be improved on because he's 20 years old, etc. But we'll move on to the centre-backs now. We've got Pascal Stroik and you could play Verbe, who's a new signing, and also Cooper if you wanted. But I think these two are currently the best two that Leeds have at their disposal. Christensen at right-back, I don't think you want to change him. I have actually done a career mode with Leeds on this channel, and Christensen was amazing if you had watched that. So Christensen, I think, stays there. Ayling as well, signed a new contract recently. He'd be a good one. As backup, Melier, he's not going to change throughout the career mode. I have actually got a goalkeeper on the list, and he's a young goalkeeper who could come in as backup, because I don't think Clyson's quite up to being a backup just yet. But Melier's going to be a mainstay in your career mode, I think. So that's the team. I've run through it now, and we're going to get into the second part of the video, and I'll show you the signing suggestions. So before we get into the players, I'm just going to tell you the budget they have. So they have 47 million. I mean, it's quite a hefty chunk. If you wanted to keep it realistic, you're not going to be spending any of it until the second season, of course. But 47 million is quite a chunk, and you'll be able to get most, if not all, of the players on this list, I would have thought. But the first one is Kamil Grabara. He is the backup keeper that I was talking about in the first part of the video. 6'5", he's an absolute monster. He only starts 3 ratings behind Ilya Melier, so he might actually give him a run for his money, and he'd be a solid goalkeeper in the cup games for you. And he's only going to improve. Let's be honest, he's going to get into the mid-80s if you do give him the game time that he deserves. And Melier's not going to start every game for you if you do start Grabara, because I think this guy is a safe pair of hands. He's got good diving, good handling. His kicking could be improved on a little bit. That's his weakest attribute, goalkeeping wise. He's got good reflexes and good positions, but they're all going to zoom up in a matter of weeks, because he is only 23 years old, of course. He's got comes for crosses, and that is a big one for me, because I do like keepers that come for crosses. I hate the ones that sit on the line when it comes into the 6-yard area, and they just sit there and they don't come and claim them. So that is a big one for me. Kamil Grabara, you'll be able to pick him up for around 5 to 7 million, it says here. So around 6 million, I would have thought. I think that's a bargain, because you're getting yourself a really good player if you bring him in. The next player on this list is Ilias Chair of QPR. Now, he has a really good couple of seasons. Alongside Chris Willock, Ilias Chair has probably been QPR's best player over the last couple of years, and I could see him coming to Ellen Road as just an upgrade, coming into a Premier League team. And a Premier League team who likes to develop youth is all I can say. And now he's 24 years old, plays for Morocco. I don't know if he played in the World Cup, don't hold me to that, but I think he may have had an appearance or two. But he definitely deserves to be in the Morocco squad because he's 73 overall. He's a brilliant player. Let's look at his traits first of all. Let's go backwards, why not? Outside of the foot shot, I've said it again, foot. Outside of the foot shot, long shot taker, technical dribbler, all great attributes. Traits-wise, sorry. Got good ball control, good dribbling, short pass, long shot, shot power. They're the stats that stand out immediately. Got good agility and balance. Look at that, 88 and 91 respectively. Decent acceleration and sprint speed. You could play him on the wing if you wanted to, but I think down the middle is where he's going to capitalise. So if you wanted to maybe bring him on as a substitute for Rodrigo or something, or maybe he starts in some games, probably not the crucial games, but if you want to give him game time against some of the teams that, well, the games that don't really matter too much in the season, maybe the cup games and stuff, then he's definitely someone you should be looking at. And he's not going to cost too much as well. Literally, his market value is about 4 million, so that's what you'll be having to pay for him. So I think you're getting yourself a really good player in Ilias Chair. Now, I must say, I did create this list before Jesse Marsch was sacked, so I have got an American on this list because I thought it would only be realistic to have a realistic American on here who could sign for Leeds. So Mark McKenzie from Genk, he's currently playing in Belgium, of course, 6 foot centre back, he's 73 overall, he's 23 years old, got 5-star weak foot, which is really good for a centre back, so he can literally pass it with both feet, and he's a really good ball playing defensive centre back. Good sprint speed, good acceleration, that's what you want with a defender, so he can get back and make some last ditch crucial challenges. Got good jumping, good stamina, good strength, aggression, interceptions there, the main stats as well. Good standing and sliding tackle, short pass, you can tell he's a ball playing defensive centre back because 72 overall, 72 rating for his short pass in particular, that's pretty good. And now he doesn't have any traits, but with Mark McKenzie, you're not buying him for the traits really, are you? Buying him for a solid centre back who could come in if you were to sell maybe one of your older centre backs such as Cooper. Leeds fans will kill me for that, but selling Liam Cooper could be an option that you look to explore. Maybe Koch as well, if you move him on, he could be someone for the future, definitely. And he's going to cost around 6 million, so I think you get yourself a decent player with Mark McKenzie there. Now, the next player on this list is 100% the best player on this list, Marcus Thuram. Now, I think he was actually linked with Leeds during the January transfer window, but I would probably wait until the second season, providing you're not relegated. I would wait until the second season before you sign Marcus Thuram because he's going to cost a pretty decent chunk of your money. He's going to cost, what, 25 to 30 million. Now, he's going to cost more in the second season, of course, but if you do have more money in the second season, then it seems more likely that that's the time you're going to buy him. So that's how much you're going to have to pay. He's 6'4". He can play, well, it says he can play striker or left mid. I think you could probably get away with him playing just behind the striker, or you could probably get away with him playing on the right as well. Let's check his stats. He's got brilliant sprint speed. Look at that, 91 sprint speed. His acceleration lacks a little bit, but still 78 is pretty amazing. Strength is 85 as well, be able to hold off them defenders that you want. Attacking position is 80, so we'll get into amazing scoring opportunities, really. Ball control, good. Dribbling, good. Finishing, good. Shot power, really good. And he's got some nice traits as well, including finesse shot, outside of a foot shot, and technical dribbler. So I reckon Marcus Thuram, he's definitely one of the realistic ones because he was linked with Leeds during the January transfer window. So I don't think you can get much more realistic than this. And he's going to come straight into the starting 11. 81 overall. What a player. So the penultimate player on this list is probably someone more suited to Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's Portuguese and he's a CDM. It's Florentino from Benfica. Didn't know what team that was for a second, but it literally says it there. 79 overall, 22 years old, sorry. Height is 6 foot. Good defensive and attacking work rates. Not both high, but at least one of them's high, and I can see him being better at defending than attacking. Look at his stats in the summary. Defending 79, mentality 73. We'll go into his main stats now. Interceptions 83, stamina 81, so he'll be able to probably stay on the pitch for quite a while, and you probably won't need to be subbing him off. He probably comes straight into the starting 11, I would have thought. Well, I don't know. Tyler Adams as well is there, isn't he? As well as McKennie, Weston McKennie. So maybe he doesn't come straight into the starting 11, but definitely if you wanted him to, I'm sure he'd do you a good job. His ball control's good, long passing, short passing, defensive awareness, standing tackle and sliding tackle are his main technical attributes there. Has he got any traits? Yes, he has. Dives into tackles. Now, that's exactly what you want. A bit of aggression from your central midfielders. He's not afraid to get a foot stuck in there. He's going to cost, I think he actually costs more than Thuram. Wow. I think it's because he's 2 years younger. He's got a hefty release cost of 50 million, but he's going to cost you about 30 million. So if you're able to raise enough funds, then you could probably get Thuram and Florentino into the club in the first season. But I think, once again, he's maybe someone you look to bring in the second season, provided you're not relegated. Now, the next one is a bit of a hidden gem in career mode, and he's got a real face, which is very nice indeed. From VfB Stuttgart. He's 65 overall, 19 years old. He's definitely buying for the future. Now, lots of the Fulham players from last episode were buying for the future. This is the one, really, that I think is definitely buying for the future if you buy him in your Leeds career mode. He's 6'4", he's a CAM, so maybe you train him as a striker. That's the one thing. I think he may bump up a little bit of overall because he's 6 foot. You don't want your CAM to be 6 foot, do you, really? So I think if you play him as a striker, then he's much more suited to be further forward up the pitch. He's got good agility, good balance. To be fair, how has he got good agility and good balance if he's 6 foot? I'm not really sure, but they're his main stats. He's not the fastest, but literally, what do you expect? His stats aren't going to be that great because he's 65 overall, but he's only 19 years old. He's a bit like a youth academy player, to be honest. So if you buy him, he's not going to cost, no more than 2 mil you're going to have to pay for him. If you buy him in the second season, he might be maybe 3 mil, 4 mil, but you're still not, it's not exactly eating into your budget much. So there, yeah, Egloff is the last player on this list. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, go down below, please smash a like, smash a subscribe if you want. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I've been Hazard Junior Cherry, and I'll see you in the next one. We're moving on to Leicester City.